Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and today I'm going to talk about recording live music. So I was browsing Quora and I saw a question that somebody posted about how does Hillsong United get these live recordings without making any mistakes? And I thought that was a really interesting question. If you don't know who Hillsong United is, it's a Australian worship group, and a lot of worship acts release live albums. And those live albums sound really, really good. They sound flawless, they're perfect, and one could be tricked into thinking that they're listening to the actual live performance, but I'm here to tell you that it is not live. It is very much a live capturing with a lot of overdubs afterwards. Let me explain. Now, when it comes to a live worship album, you are going to have, first of all, recorded B-roll. When they're doing sound check, they're going to run through songs, they're going to record those songs to have something to have backup just in case that there are going to be some mistakes, or maybe the performance during the actual recording isn't as good. And then they will record the performance. A lot of time with worship sets, there will be more than one, so they're going to have more than one recording to be able to comp and make the best take from. And then from there, they're going to keep the live drums, they're going to edit those live drums, and then in the studio, they're going to re-record the bass guitar, they're going to re-record acoustic guitars because DI does not sound good. They're going to re-record a lot of the electric guitars. They will keep some of the live performance because if the live performance is solid, tight, and mistake-free. But where there are mistakes, they are going to go ahead and re-record that. I have even seen in some productions where they actually had a guitar player that wasn't even part of the band, wasn't even there for recording night, re-record the guitar parts because the producer liked the tone that the guitar player had. And then when it comes to vocals, guess what? A lot of it is overdubbed. They are going to go through and they're going to re-overdub in vocal parts, and they will sometimes pepper in some of the live takes when the live takes just have that energy and they sound great. But overall, they are going to re-record the vocals in the studio later. Strings are going to be re-recorded in the studio. Auxiliary percussion is going to be re-recorded in the studio. When it comes to keyboards, pads, synths, all that kind of stuff is already pre-programmed. They are tracks. A lot of times in the live performance, they're just running those tracks, and then in post, they will keep those tracks and add to those tracks. It really is the Wizard of Oz going on with these live recordings. And this is also the reason why they're so expensive. I have sat down, if you are a worship leader, if you're somebody who is going into doing a live recording, please know that you're not going to be able to get away with a skimpy budget. It's more than just setting up microphones, hitting record, and then calling it good. There are live recordings that do that, and I know that a lot of live recordings are done that way. But if you listen to a Hillsong or a Bethel compared to an actual live recording, you are going to hear the difference. You're going to hear one's going to sound more rough around the edges. It's going to have more live energy feel to it, while the other one's going to be really polished. It still kind of has that live vibe to it, but it's so much of it is done again in the studio. So you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of that, because I've talked to too many worship leaders who think they can just raise $10,000 and call it good. And really, it's going to take so much more than that if you're looking for that sound. Now, I hope that you got something out of this. I found it really fascinating when I was working within some of these productions and saw what really goes into it all. And it's just kind of funny to just hear some of these things and know what went into it. So if you got something out of this, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give more tips, tricks, and insights into helping you sing your story, mix your message, and master your mission. And leave me a comment below if you want to continue this conversation, or you have anything that you want to interject or you want me to expand upon. I love to hear from you. Again, my name is Brad Johnson, johnson.audio, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.